Hello and how are you? My name is Mahindo Mubarak and I welcome you to our 10th video of creating a complete web application for e-commerce. So in today's video, we're going to learn how we're going to create together a form for uploading a product. So by the end of this video, I hope we'll be able to upload a product into our store or into our e-commerce website. And we're going to learn all the tricks that you may need and good practices that you may need to do what to achieve that. So I hope you're good to upload this product with me. If you are, then let's get started. So in the very first place, you remember in the previous video, we were able to upload product categories. So today we're going to go ahead and upload also the products themselves now. So we're going to go to our template and look for the form of uploading a product. You can just simply find it there, and you'll find it here, and account and vendor, and then add product. You'll be able to get this form. So what we're going to do, we're going to create a new file that is going to handle that logic of uploading product, but that file is going to look much more of categories add product. So we're just going to duplicate the categories add product so that we should be able to build on that very one and we don't repeat ourselves that much. It's just almost the same. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So this is admin products add, or admin categories add. So we're going also to come here now to our project and look for admin categories add, this one. Okay, so we're going to add there admin products add. Okay, so I can just simply copy it and paste it. You just copy and paste, and then from there I can rename just go ahead and rename it as admin products add, like that. So after doing that, the next thing we'll have to add it to our interface. We'll have to add it to our interface. So I can just put here products add something like this one as the title. So let's go ahead and add it to our interface. To add it to the interface, I'll just simply come to the sidebar. You remember this interface is in the sidebar file. So let's go ahead and do that by just simply coming to our sidebar, which is under files, and then account sidebar here. So here in the administrators section here, I'm going to add another one for administrators to add a product. So I can just simply come and duplicate this one, pressing Ctrl Shift and arrow down. On Windows, I think it's Alt Shift and arrow down. I don't know. Duplicating. So I'm going to put here products add. Okay, or create product. I don't know. We'll organize it later. Create product, and then we come and change here the link from what it was to what you need. So I'll select here the href and delete it and replace it with the name of this new file that we just created, admin products add. So after doing that, let's go ahead and see now. So I've just created this file, admin products add, and we've added also it here. I've also added it here. So let's go ahead and see what we've come up with. So I'll just simply come and refresh here, and then you'll see create product. It is here. So I click on that create product. I'm seeing products add. We are being taken to that section. So there we're going now to do the logic of now adding a product. So we're going to first determine what do you need to add a product. We'll need the product name, the product description, and then the product photos, then the selling price and the buying price. Okay, and then product files for sale. I don't know this one, but okay, let's go ahead and start doing that. Okay, let's go ahead and start doing that. So the first thing that we'll need the product name. So let's go ahead and even delete all these others. We can as well delete these other categories and the rest. No, but we'll need the categories. We'll need the categories. So let's not just delete everything. But you see the categories here on top. So you can see how we can put these categories on top here, and we don't have it here, so that we can go with the design. Okay, let's begin with categories. We need to put categories here on top. So I'll come here to our project. So I will remove, you see, now here we are selecting all the parent categories, but right now we need only child categories, because we don't want the products to be signed to parent categories. The product should be signed to what? To children. So I'll put here rows equals db select, and then we get categories, and then we put here where the parent ID is not 0. So it means that it should be the children categories. So I hope that will work. If I refresh here, we should be able to see that. I think it's not working. Not 0. Everything is 0 in mean. Yeah, everything is parent category. Okay, we'll add the child category later. Let's try to add. Okay, we'll add it. Okay, so after doing that category, so here every category will have, so we'll have to remove this, because every product should belong to a certain category. So the next thing, now we're going to display these categories, this category section. I'll collapse this guy for now. I'm going to display this category section, but as you can see, this is the place where we're displaying the categories. These are categories. So I'm going to get this just form. I'm going to get this guy and put it here where these categories are. So I'll just go ahead and copy that and come and paste it here. So in other words, here in our form UI, you should also go and add form select in this user interface. We have to add this one class, form select, in its classes here. Here, form control, here we call it form select. I don't know. We begin form select. Okay, does it have form control? No. Let's try to remove here form control and see what will come up with. Refresh and define parameter selected. So refresh. So you're seeing here and define parameter called selected. Let's go ahead and fix that. Let's refresh first. See, and define parameter selected. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what that is all about. Selected in file 291, file, then 291, it is here. Selected, it is nothing. So by default, just make here selected to be nothing, because it's supposed to be here on top. Sometimes nothing is selected. Okay, for empty. So I've just solved this by putting this selected outside here, another copy outside here. Okay, let's go ahead and refresh. Now this is what we got here. I think we'll leave it like the way it was. We'll have to just put our categories here to keep it simple. Okay, so what else? We're going to select the name. We're going to select the name. So to select the name, to add the name, it's going to be just as this input, and then adding the name like that. Okay, see, input, then the name. So what else? We're going to add now. We have now the product name. The next thing we're going to add the product's price, buying and selling price. So we're going to add here another input that's going to be 2 in one row. So I'm just going to simply create here my div. I can just simply use this one. I can use this guy. So I'm going to create 2 divs, and one will be here, one will be here. Okay, so this is just a column. This is just a row with a column of medium 6 when it is on a large screen. So here I'm just going to, I can as well create here the first one. That will always be 12. That is the name. And then in this name, I'm going to surround it here. Like this. So here we're also going to have 2. So I'm going to have this one here. So if I refresh, you'll see something like this. I think that's what I expected. So this empty is too big. I can put it here on this one. I can also remove it. Let's see what we've come up with. Refresh. Okay, here. So I can put here, like on the very column, I can put here M2, empty to be 2. Okay, so that empty to be 2. Okay, should have enough space. So here it's not going to be the name, it's going to be the buying price. So it's going to be price, and the name here is going to be buying price, and then you're going to duplicate this one here like this, and it's going to be selling price. Selling price. Okay, maybe this one should be buying price. Buying price. This one should be price as it is, and then the text you can put here selling price. So if you come and refresh, you see everything is okay. So it should be price. Oh, sorry, this one should be the name. Sorry, name. That is very important. Name, and this one is the label. Name, buying price, and this one is the label. It's going to be label like this. Label. I hope that's it. Label like that. Let's refresh. You see, yeah, it's supposed to be like this. Buying price. So now here's going to be selling price. So the tag will be price, and then the label will be selling price. So also one more thing here in the functions, when you're displaying this text input, let's go to that method. The placeholder should be the label, not the name of the input. Should be the label, the placeholder. Where is placeholder? Should be the label here, not the name. Okay, so that people should not see how we are naming our variables. Okay, hope you are together now. So if I come and refresh, we are able to see the buying price, the selling price. Okay, click there, it takes you there. Click there, takes you there. So selling price should supposed to be name is price, not damn mistake. Okay, so you have selling price, buying price. Okay, so after doing that, now the next thing we are going to have buying price of added and selling price. We're going to have now the photos, the photos. So we're going to have photos. If I refresh here, we already have something like this for photos, category image. So here we're going to just have multiple sections, so I can add these photos. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this thing that we had done for photos. This one here, only the input. Okay, and then I can delete this. Okay, let's go ahead and just maintain it. So what we're going to do here, we are going just to duplicate this one. So I can delete this guy here. So I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to give a chance a user to upload 6 photos. So to give the chance for user to upload 6 photos, we can loop, or we can just put here, or we can duplicate them one by one. So I can put here product photos, photo 1, or the product photo 1, like this, and then we'll come and give this name here. Should be different. You can make it 1 like that. Okay, so you can as well create a loop and do it automatically. So if I come and refresh, you'll have here the first product photo. So let me duplicate it here. So I can say product photo 2, and then come and change this one to 2. Let me also put this one per column. Per column here, empty 3, and here also empty 3. So if you come and refresh, you have here the second product photo. Okay, so let's give a chance for someone to upload like 6 photos. So I'll come and duplicate this row. this row, and then I'll come make sure that the naming is different. So this one's going to be 3, and make sure that this also is 3. This one is 4, this one is 4. So you don't worry about uploading them, because we already have a method that can upload for us as many photos as we can, and on fly. So then here can make them, maybe this one to become 5. So this one should be 5, and this one should become 6, and this one should become 6. So that's great. Now those we have now our session where a user can upload up to 6 photos of photos of a product. So you can upload 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think 6 are enough. Okay, though you can find a way how to make them dynamically, adding the photos. So after doing that, the next thing that we're going to do now, we're going to do what? To add a description. The description is already there, and I think that's all. We have the name, we have the photos, we have that description, we have this buying price, selling price, and then you have the, maybe you can also tags. Tags, we can leave them, their option. Yeah, that's it. I think that's all what you need to upload a product. It will have a name, buying price, selling price, photos, and then the description. So let's go ahead and submit this. So we have to change the submit action to what? To admin products. Okay, so let's go ahead and change this submit action. Where is it? Submit action here. Okay, I'm going to change it here. Okay, I've changed it. So make sure that you also change it here to be submitting this very file. So after doing that, now let's go ahead and receive this data this side. Okay, let's go ahead and receive this data this side and see what we've come up with before even saving the in the database. So we'll come here to the server when the post is being submitted, and then we save this data into the form, and then let us try to dump everything here before we start inserting it into the database. So print _r, and then die here, and then come and put here echo, and then put pre-tag here. So let's go ahead and see what you've come up with. Come and refresh. So that's great. Now let's go ahead and do the logic. So the product photo, you can say the product name, can say product 1. The buying price maybe 5,000, selling price 700. Okay, let's go ahead and add the picture of this product. Just for testing, can add that picture, and you can also add here another picture just for testing, right? For testing, these pictures are too small. Go ahead and get heavy ones here. Just for testing, add another one, and add another one. So you can add up to 6 photos to of your product. Okay, this one's too huge. Let me go ahead and get light one. Okay, so that's enough. Then you can put here some details about the product like this. Then let's go ahead and submit. Now you can see we have product name, buying price, and then the selling price, and then the description. Then you can put here the method, and we start collecting this information. Let us put here on down before we start even inserting. So you have the photos will come here, the name, product name, remain the name, buying price, it's going to be buying price. Okay, the description remain also. We're going to have buying price. The photos will remain. Can maybe change this one to photos because they're going to be many. And then maybe category. You have not put the category. By the way, so we forgot to put the category, but something also important that we're going to add. Okay, so so price also, price and price. Okay, so you have the name, we have buying price, we have the price, we have description, then we'll get here photos. Oh yeah, I get the reason why we're having problem with the product ID. I mean the parent ID, the other side. It's because we are setting everything to 0 in the parent ID. So you have to come back and fix this in the categories. Categories, add, and change here the parent ID. See, that's the mistake that we are doing. Parent ID to come from this side, and make sure it is an integer by typecasting it as int, and then surrounding this guy with this, with a what, with a bracket like this, so that it should be converted to integer, because the parent what, so parent ID is an integer like that. Oh, that's okay now. Okay, so now we have what else do we have? We have photos. I think now we have enough now data about the product. Let's go ahead and dump what we've come up with. Only the categories remaining. Refresh. So it will take some time because those images have to be compressed. Do you still remember? Those images have to be compressed, so you'll have to delay a little bit. Compressing can take time, you know. So these images have been compressed successfully, and everything is now okay. Okay, so that's great. Now let's go ahead and save now this product into a what? Into our database. So first of all, we're going to create the table of products. Remember, we'll be creating tables by requirement. So let's go ahead and create the table of products by just simply coming to PHP and then come to our database, which is eShop, and then click on new to add a table of what? A table of products. So we're going to add here products, and then it's going to have around 6 columns. So we'll begin by adding ID. ID is going to be auto incrementing, and it's going to be a primary key. So the next thing that we're going to add is going to be the name of the product, the name. So come and put your name and make it a text, so that it should be as big as possible, and default should be null. It should be nullable. Okay, so the next thing is the buying price. The buying price, we can leave it as should we make it a text or an integer? Okay, let's make it an integer so that you can get the whole experience of working with integers and texts. So that's an integer. You can change it as well to float, and let's say it can also be null. Then we're going to have now the price, or what we call the selling price. Let's also keep it an integer and make it nullable, and then we're going to add the description. The description is going to be text, because it will be huge, and photos, it will also be a text. So here I'll make it also nullable and make it photos to be also text, because they're going to be many, and can also make it nullable. Okay, so that's what we need. Maybe the last thing that we need to also put is the category underscore ID, and just a category ID. It's going to be also an integer. We can also make it as by default it should be 0. Okay, by default should be 0, or it should be 1. Okay, so that's it. That's all we need about the product. Have we forgot anything? Have we left anything that can be added? The photos are there and everything is there, and the rest you can add by yourself in case you want to add more. Maybe you may also need to get the person who played this product user ID, an integer. Yeah, by default maybe can make it to be 1. So that's enough. You may add your own if you want to. So let's go ahead and save this by just simply clicking on save. So perfect, the table has been created for products. So let's go ahead and now insert the data. So let's go ahead and copy this and see if we already have them. So I can put this guy here. Okay, so we have the ID, it will be auto incrementing. We have the name, have the buying price, we have the selling price, we need descriptions already there, photos are already there. Remember, already worked on this logic of uploading photos, and it's already there. Then we need the category ID. It's ready. No, that one's going to work on it. You're going to work on it. So let's put it here on pending. Then lastly, we need the user ID, the person who have just uploaded this product. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that user ID. So the user ID, we can get it from the session, which can be under session, and then on the section of user. I still remember how we save the section of user, and then the section of what of ID. So from there we can know where the user is. Let's confirm by putting this guy on top here on top, and then maybe die with session ID. Okay, can put there the double quotes so that should not be a string. A string will be ignored. Let's refresh and see. Syntax. Let's first delete these things. Okay, let's refresh and see if the user ID is there. You can see the user ID is there. So now we can leave this guy as it is here. So everything is there apart from the category ID. Category ID you're going to fix. Let's go ahead and save in the database and see if everything will be okay. So I'll delete this and just going to put here products. Okay, products. Then we can put here, you can say product created category successfully. Product created successfully. And then you can also put here failed to create product. Okay, so we are going to put here another file for products, admin products. So we need another file for admin products, so the administrator will be seeing all all the products. So let's go ahead and duplicate this file of categories. Copy, paste. So we're going to rename it as admin products. This file of categories. Press enter and rename it as admin products, like this. Press enter. So after doing that, now I hope you are now good. So admin products add is here, and when it is successful, it will be redirecting to admin products. Otherwise, it will redirect us back to admin products add. Okay, so I hope that is now okay. So let's go ahead and re-upload and see. So the remaining part we have to do is to add the products categories. So let's go ahead and refresh and see if things are okay. So I'll just simply come here and refresh. Can take some time because the images are being compressed. So product uploaded successfully. So our product was uploaded successfully. So let's go ahead and add now create products. Let's go ahead and add the category because we don't work on the category. So to add the category, where are we going to put it? We're going to put it after the product after the product name, or we can put it next to the product name. So let's go ahead and put the category there. So we can just come to our input here where there is name. So below name, we're going to put here the select input, and this select, just simply say select. It was called what? Select input. That's how we named it, I hope. So the first thing it will take, what will it take at first? If you still remember, the data is there, and then the next thing it will take the options. So for options we already have. So the name here is going to be category ID. So the options going to be the categories here, these categories, okay, that we just looped and saved. You see, I just got the categories and looped them and put them here. So that is going to be the options. Okay, so this will be the options. This one should come outside here. Okay, options. So you can also pass the label. You can pass here the label as what? As category. Category. Like this. And then the name should be category ID. The name should be like this one, category ID. The name should be exactly as it is in the what? In the database, which is category ID. So let's go ahead and add this. So now you see we now have a subcategory here being listed. So that's great. Now we have to add this name here to the input. Now since we have handled the category ID, now you can come and collect it here. Okay, category ID. So we'll just simply come and put here category ID and put here category ID like this. So that's great. That's great. So let's go ahead and now add another category with this input with the child. So I can just simply put here product 2 with the categories kids, and then maybe selling price, buying price and selling price. Add one photo, and then you can go ahead and submit some details. Let's go ahead and submit that. It's processing. Product added successfully. So if you come to the database and come to the product sections, at least you can see there's a category ID, this one which is 5, and this one is default. So it means that category was uploaded successfully. So hope you've understood and hope you've got the point. So you can see our products are being uploaded successfully. Now in the next video, we are going to accomplish this administrator section, whereby we're going to clean all the products. We're going to clean the user interface to look okay, and we're also going to make sure that we can be able to even delete the products that we added in the next video. I hope you'll not miss. Then after, we'll go ahead and start now working on the front end, where the user can add products to the cart, and also maybe checkout, and we're able to receive these orders. So that's what we're going to do in the next videos. But good enough, you can see our product has been added successfully. So I hope you not miss. I hope you're understanding the concepts. I hope you're understanding, and I hope you're following. I hope you're practicing. So that's it for today. Let's meet in the next class. Goodbye, and don't miss. Also remember to subscribe. Bye.